What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about the different forms of government in ancient Greece. The Greeks had a lot of different kinds of governments because there were many different city-states in ancient Greece, and they each had their own government. In addition, people's ideas about what made a good government changed over time. Aristotle divided Greek governments into monarchies, oligarchies, tyrannies, and democracies, and most historians still use these same divisions. For the most part, Greece began by having monarchies, followed by oligarchies, then tyrannies, and then democracies. But at each period there were plenty of city-states using a different system, and there were many which never did become democracies or tyrannies at all. In the late Bronze Age, the Mycenaean period, between about 2000 and 1200 BC, all Greek city-states seem to have been monarchies, ruled by kings. Homer's Iliad, and Greek mythology in general, shows us a whole series of kings, such as Agamemnon and Theseus, who had palaces that are ruins today. After the Dark Age, only a few Greek city-states still had kings. Sparta is the most famous of these, even though Sparta had two kings, usually brothers or cousins, ruling at the same time. One would stay at home, and the other would go off to fight wars. Most city-states in the Archaic period were ruled by oligarchies, which is a group of aristocrats, rich men, who tell everyone else what to do. Then, in the 600s and 500s BC, a lot of city-states were taken over by tyrants. Tyrants were usually one of the aristocrats who got power of the others by getting the support of the poor people. They ruled kind of like kings, but without any legal right to rule. In 510 BC, the city-state of Athens created the first democratic government, and soon other Greek city-states imitated them. Even city-states that weren't Greek, like Carthage and Rome, experimented with giving the poor people more power at this time. But Athenian democracy did not really give power to everyone. Most of the people in Athens couldn't vote. No women, no slaves, no foreigners, and no children. And also, Athens at this time had an empire, ruling over many other Greek city-states, and none of those people living in the other city-states could vote either. Of course, it's a lot easier to have a democratic government when you're the only one making the decisions. The need for Athens to have full control over the city-states is one of the prime factors leading to the start of the Peloponnesian War, which was basically Greece's civil war, with one faction comprised of Athens and its allies, and the other being comprised of Sparta and their allies. This concludes the section on Greek government. Peace.